So actually another thing, no, looking at our Fed liquidity, nag-breakout na rin siya sa channel na to, no, itong tinitignan nating channel. So a break above 6.3 trillion, then much better for our risk assets, crypto and equities, 'di ba? So yun, ito yung mga tinitignan natin na benchmarks or markers. Okay, yun, game. Okay, yun. So welcome again. Welcome back Team Bear for our 5th episode ng Market Tanod Watch. Basically, ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin. We will do a quick review for our local markets, our global markets, the US, and crypto markets as well. So yun, tignan natin ano yung nangyari last week in terms of economic data, if may mga bagong releases, and high impact news if meron, no? At the same time, yung technical analysis approach natin and other fundamental approach natin in the global and local markets. So yun, let's start with our local markets, the PSE, the PSEI, no? So local index natin yan. Starting with the weekly time frame, our PSEI is still below the 50 week EMA. So basically, it is still in bearish territory, no, at the big picture. So below 50 week EMA, kind of bearish. And ayun, although mas maganda yung ginawa niya for last month. Yun, so basically nagrally siya for 4 consecutive weeks, 4 green candles, no, at the weekly. So looking at the daily time frame, yun, nag-breakout na siya sa 50-day EMA. So that's good, that's a good sign. And yun, nung nag-break below 6K siya and recovered above it, that's a good sign as well. Yun, ang inaantay na lang talaga natin for our local index is to break above this downtrend line. So on this downtrend line. So it will serve as resistance if mapunta na siya dito sa 6,500 level. So it will ito yung next key resistance level natin, no, based on resistance trend line, and ito key level din as well, no. So 6.5. So if pa-plot natin yan to body, yun, papasok yan dito. So next resistance actually is 6,400. So yung dating support level will now turn as resistance. And this is also a resistance level as well. Since ito yung tinitignan nating immediate na trading range, no. So yung dating base. So at the big picture, it's still on a sideways structure, accumulation structure with somewhat a bearish bias pa din. So as long as below siya or as long as below 6.5 level siya, 6.6 level or below this resistance trend line, don't expect too much bullish momentum in our market or bullish participation in our market. So looking at our foreign flows, for the past month na lang din, still on a net foreign selling territory, negative 1.22 billion pesos. So halos ano yan, yun, negative 1.22 billion pesos. So net foreign selling pa din, and that's bad for our local markets, 'di ba? Since halos yung foreign inflows lang din halos bumubuhat sa local markets natin. So looking at the foreign composition or top net foreign buy, ICT, ito yung top 3 natin. ICT, Ali, and JFC. Net foreign buying yan na mga issues. Sa net foreign selling naman, URC, SM, and A-REIT. So money is flowing outside or foreign outflow ang nangyayari dito sa mga stocks na yan or sa mga issues na to. So yun yung pinaka-basic na tinitignan din natin. So looking at our sectors, no, in our local markets, so below 50-day EMA, pass above, then pwedeng hanapan ng mga setups, yung mga components inside that sector. So our financials below 50-day EMA, so that's a pass. Our holdings slightly above 50-day EMA, so that's good. And nagko-coil siya above 50-day EMA. So at the same time, looking at the 50-day EMA, ano siya, inflecting upward na siya. So that's a sign of a possible reversal in our holding sector. So may downtrend line din tayo dyan. Downtrend line din tayo dyan. And it will serve as resistance at the 6-1 level for our holdings. So from the past videos na discuss ko na ito yung mga tinitingnan kong holding company. So GT Cap. So ano siya? Basically a flag pattern or a channel, a bearish channel. Downward channel pala, downward channel. So a break above this channel, then that's good. So yan yung tradable setup mo for GT Cap. So AC, ganun din. Actually ano na siya, on rally mode na siya. So next resistance level mo at 700. So yun, AC, GT Cap. So SM, pwede rin naman, although di pa siya nagbe-break out above this trading range. So if mag-break above this trading range yan, then yun, expect bullish momentum on SM. So yun, moving forward, industrials. So above 50-day EMA. So actually nag-react na siya sa support level na to. So magandang reaction yung ginawa niya. So pwedeng magano na siya, mag-counter rally na ulit papunta dito sa resistance level na to, 9.8. So expect a good bullish momentum in our industrial sector in the local markets. So ano ba yung mga names na nandun or under this? You can go to invest a screener, create a new screener, then ilagay mo lang yung sector and lagay ka lang kahit simple liquidity filter. So put industrials in the descriptive and lagay mo yung technicals, value average for 15 days. Sa akin, standard ko is above 10 million. So, ibig sabihin, may pera na dumadaloy in this stock or sa mga issues na to for the past 15 days na above 10 million pesos. So, ito yung top names natin. Top names natin in terms of value average or value traded. Recent value traded. In year to date, ito naman. CNPF, AP, JFC, and EMI. So yan, pwede nyong tignan yung mga names na yan. So basically, mga tinitignan natin right now is CNPF. No? So may tradable pattern yan or tradable structure siya. So a breakout above 32, 31, then all-time high breakout na yan. So path of least resistance. So expect a possible strong rally on the upside for CNPF. So wala namang upcoming earnings release ata atong CNPF. Actually, kaka-report niya lang. The same time, wala namang rebalancing for na pwedeng maka-apekto on CNPF. So, AP as well. Pwede, tradable din yan, yung downtrend line na yan. But, depende na sa inyo on how you approach your setup. So, basically, our industrial sector is a good sector to possibly look for setups. So, mining, pass, property, okay, above 50-day EMA. So, kinda good for our property sector. So, since, di ba, parang previously, hindi na sila nag-rate hike yung BSP. So, that's good for property names. Basically, di ba? So, a better rates na yung pwede nilang i-offer. And ayun, availability of credit basically. No? Lower interest rates or steady interest rates, then that's good for the property sector or the real estate market. So nag-downtrend line breakout na rin siya. EMA 50 mo is inflecting upward, flattening and inflecting upward. So that's bullish for our property sector. So ALI, ito yung mga tradable setups mo. Actually, ito, tinitingnan ko din yan in our local markets. ALI, a breakout above this resistance. Then, next key level na pwede mo tignan is 33 pesos. So, meron kang 3 peso upside with a possible stop at 28 pesos. Then, sakto lang din. 2:1. Depende if ta-tighten may stops mo at 29. So, yun. Basically, if ano ka naman, medyo long term ka naman for PSE or local markets natin, yun. Ito na yung pwedeng opportunity to get these stocks at a lower price level. Then, average shop ka na lang if tumama yung bias mo. Diba? So, another property name na pwede mong tignan, Meg. Although, meron siyang mga recent scrutiny na may mga recent issues siya na kinakaharap, which is yung Datem construction lawsuit. So, hindi natin alam if sino talaga yung yung nasa tama. Pero yun, basically, parang wala din namang naging effect, no? For Meg, yung lawsuit na yun. Pero pwede rin, pinrise in na yan, or pinrise in na yan. Then, inaantay na lang yung court ruling or whatever. But ayun, ALI versus Meg, mas trip kong maglagay, or mas trip kong mag-possession on ALI. Although, hindi na ako nagtitrade ng local markets, onti na lang. But ayun, pwede nyo tignan din other property names like SM Prime. Yan, may tradable setup ba siya? Pwede rin naman, actually, nag-breakout na siya sa trading range na to. So, this is good for SM Prime. Nag-breakout na rin siya sa trend line na yan. So, most probably, baka bumalik na yan to 39 pesos. So, versus ALI, you have a higher upside for SM Prime. Okay? So, hindi na natin masyadong titignan lahat ng stocks under these sectors. Services above EMA 50 din. So, that's good. Ganda rin yung reaction niya at the support level na to. So, ano ba yung mga names under services? Ganun pa din. Punta ka sa Screener Plus or Pro Screener. Then, edit mo na lang. Lagay mo na lang yung sector na trip mo. So, kunyari, services yung hinahanapan mo. Then, run it. Scan mo siya or i-rank mo siya based on recent value traded. So, syempre, mas madaming transactions, mas mataas yung value traded, mas liquid, di mas maganda. So, ICT, Wilcon, Tel, and Bloom, and Converge, yan yung mga top value traded under services sector. For year-to-date, positive year-to-date natin, Bloom, 7, and ICT. Although, medyo weird yung chart na to. Mas trip ko yung mga ICT Bloom. Although wala masyadong emerging pattern or emerging setup tong Bloom. ICT pwede. Base breakout. No? So, trading range breakout. Yan yung mga tradable stocks mo. Dito, papunta sa support level. So, if dito believer ka talaga, so medyo overextended na rin siya versus EMA 50. So, expect a counter rally on dito. If mag-counter rally yan, baka up to 2.80 lang yung igalaw niyan. So, yan yung tinitingnan ko. Baka mag-sideways lang, no? Lalong-lalo na, you have a bull trap at this level. Madami kang trapped money at this level. So, kitang-kita mo yung volume na yan, yung volume spike na yan, madami kang na-trap na pera dyan na magsaserve as resistance lalo na during counter rallies and if bumalik dito at 350 level. Okay. So yun na muna for our local markets. Moving forward to our global markets. Sige. So starting with the SPY. So S&P 500 ETF. Yun, approaching a key level at 450, 460 level, no? So, kasi strong resistance level yan. Strong resistance. So, ayun. Pwede mag-resist at 460. Pwede rin mag-continue yung rally, no? Bakit? Looking at our global liquidity benchmark, which is ito. Well-fed, global liquidity benchmark. Nagkaroon ng bear trap, no, at this level. Nagkaroon ng bear trap at this level. So, tinatrack natin 'yan. 'Di ba? Tinatrack natin 'yan dahil ayun nga, 'di ba? Availability of liquidity or availability of money in our financial markets is good for for asset prices, 'di ba? So mas madaming perang dumadaloy in the economy, mas madaming dumadaloy na pera in the financial markets, di much better, 'di ba? So 'yun, ito yung tinatrack natin na global liquidity. So tinatrack niya yung Japanese assets, China assets, ECB or European Central Bank and Fed, which is yung eto. So actually another thing, no, looking at our Fed liquidity, nag-breakout na rin siya sa channel na to, no, itong tinitignan nating channel. So a break above 6.3 trillion, then much better for our risk assets, crypto and equities, 'di ba? So 'yun, ito yung mga tinitignan natin na benchmarks or markers. So DXY or yung dollar index natin, maganda rin ginawa niya, no, for risk assets kasi 'yun, nagko-continue lang yung ano niya, pagbagsak niya. So ang support level na tinitingnan natin is at 101, no. So once na ma-reach na tong 101 level or 100 level, baka onting risk off muna, baka mangyari is mag-counter rally yung dollar and yun, mangyari is bad yun or pangit yun for our risk assets or equities. So I hope clear na yun, no? If napanood nyo yung mga previous lessons natin. So 10-year note yields, ganun din. A declining TNX, edi maganda yan for our risk assets. So inaantay na lang natin, no, na mag-break below dito sa 4.3 level, 4.3% level, no, itong TNX natin. Then yun, that's a confirmation na bull trap to. Bull trap yan. So a bull trap is good for equities if magkaroon ng bull trap sa TNX. So yun na yung ano natin. Sige, dagdag natin, no, yung US oil. So US oil, ano din, nalalaglag, so expect rollbacks and yun, this is good for equities as well. Declining US oil. Yun na muna, no, for our benchmarks. So market breadth, looking at our MMTW, so nasa overbought level na tayo. So possibly expect a pullback or mag-consolidate muna yung mga large caps, mid caps na tinitignan natin or yung mga issues under large caps to mid caps. So every time na napupunta yan sa oversold level or overbought level, doon nagkakaroon ng mark ng swing high, no, swing high level. So tignan natin, dagdag natin yung SPY para lang din makita ninyo yung correlation niya. So baba natin to, tago ko muna yan. So during periods na overbought yung MMTW natin, usually doon nagkakaroon ng pullback yung ano natin, yung index natin, no. So tingnan natin ito. So overbought level, although yan, nag-slight pullback lang yan. Same with this, no. So ito yung ano mo, yung swing high mo. Same with this swing high level or swing high structure mo. Yun. So possibly if mag-pullback na yan or bumagsak na yung MMTW natin, then this is our swing high. So medyo ang pinapakita nito is okay, risk on environment tayo, pero ingat lang din na mag-over deploy ng capital, no, kasi nandun na tayo sa overbought level in our MMTW marker. So MMFI, although wala pa naman sa overbought level, which is yung percent of stocks above 50-day average, so meron pang runway, no, for a rally, kumbaga based on MMFI. So yun, actually tignan natin yung ano, no, yung kung overextended na nga ba talaga yung mga index natin or yung key index natin. So right now, ito yung tinitingnan natin ano ito yung actual na tinitingnan ko if overextended na ba talaga. So uh ATR based ATR based ano siya, overextension na formula or indicator. So if magbigay yan ng red mark or red dot, then that signals overextension versus EMA 50. No, which is etong blue area na yan. So right now, on our SPY, hindi pa naman siya overextended, but ayun, nasa overbought level na tayo based on our market breadth parameters. So RSP, equal weighted, above EMA 50 na rin siya and EMA 10. So that's good for our large caps. And ano na, parehas na sila ng galaw ng SPY natin. So that's good. Qs natin, nag-breakout na. Nag-breakout na siya dito sa major resistance level na yan. So it's, ano na siya, above this key level na siya for around 4 days. Around 4 days. So that's good. So if masustain yan for a week or more, then yun, baka magkaroon tayo ng Santa Claus rally. And possibly, and hopefully, we break all-time high. Yung 401, 402. Yun. For our equal weighted Qs, medyo lagging siya versus our Qs. Pero it's a good sign na above na siya dito sa resistance trend line na yan. Or this channel. Yan, yung channel na yan. So that's bullish for our equal weighted Qs. Mga tech names. So resistance level at 81. For our small caps, so looking at our small caps, yan, simple na lang natin. No indicators. It's still on a sideways, no? And ito yung trading range natin. So based on the trading range, above 50% ba tayo? Hovering near 50% level ng trading range. So if it breaks above 180, then expect a rally on small caps. So looking at our SPY, which is in large caps natin, IWM, may runway pa naman. Baka mag-rotate yung pera from large caps to small caps for these coming weeks. So pwede position ka ng onte on small caps. Then unload ka na ng onte sa mga large cap holdings mo. For example, Nvidia, AMD, mga ganun. So for our mid caps, still on a sideways bias, no, or structure. Looking at our trading range, no, which is this trading range. Above 50% naman siya, so that's bullish. And nag-breakout na rin siya sa trend line na yan. Trend line na to. So yun, next resistance level natin is 500. So mid caps may ano pa siya. May upside pa kumbaga yung mid caps natin. Yun, basically ang pinupunto ng nakikita natin right now is risk off, hindi naman risk off, but pwede mag-trim ka na sa mga large caps na hawak mo. Then rotate mo yung pera mo papuntang small caps or mid caps na issues. So ganun. Yun, pre-market na, no? So looking at our focus list, sige. Looking at our focus list, so Bellring brand, yun, tinitignan natin yan for the past few weeks. On an all-time high yung Bellring brand natin. So yun, strong rally, no? Still on strong rally. After this breakout, mga ilang percent na yung ginain niya. So tignan natin, no? So around 50% na rin. Papunta na dun sa 50% level. So expect na may possible pullback tayo at 55 bucks or 60 bucks. Basically pag madami ng kumita, no, or yung mga kumita is nasa around 50% gain na. So next, sige, tignan natin to. Medyo interesting to, NXE. For our isa sa mga uranium names na meron ako. So full disclosure, no. Uranium name na hawak ko is NXE. So looking at the weekly time frame, pa all-time high na rin siya, or actually at all-time high na siya. Ang only red flag na nakikita ko dito is yung breakout candle niya on the weekly is low volume. Low volume, no? So, if ang mangyari this week is bumalik siya below 6.30, 6.40, baka benta ko yung kalahati, then yung iba on break even or 1 hour. So, nakuha ko siya at $6. So, inaano ko na lang yan. Iniingatan ko na lang yung position, kumbaga. Ang tinitingnan ko is etong candle din na to. Medyo red flag to. Inverse hammer yan. So, basically, ang sinisignal niyan is nag-open, nagkaroon ng rally, nagkaroon ng rally, na-reach yung high na yan, then, at the end of day, sinlam dunk din ng sellers. So, kumbaga, may buyers ka, pero ang nangyari, nalaglag yung buying activity na yun. Yun, NXE. So, possible all-time high play for our uranium name or uranium market group. So, Braze, looking at Braze, recently nag-IPO lang din yan. Nag-create ng IPO base and IPO accumulation structure. Nag-breakout na siya dito sa accumulation structure niya. So, this is a good sign. And, ayun, ang isang red flag lang na nakikita ko dito or dapat kong ingatan actually is yung breakout candle na to. Di naman siya yung walang volume spike na malakas, no? Wala masyadong volume spike tayong nakita. So, yan yung mga red flag na nakikita natin for Braze. Although, pumosession ako dito at 47 area. Dagdag at 48. Basically, if mag-create ng bull trap yan, or basically if bumalik siya below this 51 box level, then yun, baka i-unload ko na yung mga pinosession ko na shares, no? So, Monday, sa mga tinitignan ko, actually, maganda yung structure, no, at the big picture. So, ito yung accumulation trading range niya. And ito yung resistance level na tinitignan natin. So, 180. So, looks like parang ano siya, no? Complex inverse head and shoulders. So, ito yung head mo. Multiple left shoulder, multiple right shoulder. And it's creating a higher low, no? It's creating a higher low based on this major swing lows. So, right now, actually, ang ginawa kong setup last week is a lower time frame continuation pattern, no? Or continuation setup. So, inside bar setup. And, kinuha ko siya at this level 171. If mag-break below 173, then scratch trade na yan. Basically, I'm using this as an anchor, no? For the big picture play. Na if ever mag-breakout yan to 185, meron yung possible na upside, no? May possible upside to papuntang saan ba yun? Saan ba yung tool ko na yun? Yun. So, measured target natin for Monday is eto 410, no? 410. Although, I'm anticipating na baka matagal niyang ma-achieve tong 410 level. So, 1618. Ay, hindi ba 16? Ayan. 1618 target is 334. And measured target is 480. Then, ito yung next key level natin. So, turbulence zone yan. No? So, itong 410 level. So, may upside potential ka from this area to this area na 120%. 120%. So, Duolingo, sa mga possessions ko din, basically, IPO base yan eh. IPO base. And right now, all-time high na siya. And meron siyang ginagawang parang continuation pattern. So, good breakout candle din yung ginawa niya. High volume breakout sa trading range na yan. And then right now, it's creating a continuation structure. Parang box, parang ascending triangle sa lower time frame. But basically, nasustain niya yung nasustain niya yung hover above this key level, yung 204 level na yan. So, Duolingo. Di ko na muna siguro titignan yung iba. Actually, ito CRISPR. Interesting, no? Ginagawa niya. Although, ingat ka lang din kasi biotech name to. So, downtrend line breakout yung ginawa niya eh. Downtrend line breakout. And, basically, nagkikreate siya ng base at this level. Lakas din ng volume spike for CRISPR, no? Hindi ko lang alam if may fundamental catalyst or anything for CRISPR, but yun, technical wise, downtrend line breakout, mga pwedeng emerging setups na lumabas dyan, base structure or a retest, no? Retest papunta dito sa 50 level. Yun. Eto, gold, if bullish ka on gold, eto AGI. Isa to sa mga tradable setups na nakikita natin. So basically, ito yung no, IPO resistance level mo. So right now, ang nakikita natin is this multi-month base na yan. So if mag-breakout yan at 13-14 bucks, then expect a rally papuntang asan na yung next resistance level. Eto, next key level mo at 18. So, pwede naman siya. Pwede naman. So, kunyari, anticipatory buy ka. Stops mo at this level, 1260. Targets mo at 18. So, swing trade lang siya. Swing trade or possession trade na sabihin natin 3 weeks, 4 weeks hold. 4.2 is to 1 reward risk. So bet $100 or risk $100 for a return of $420. $420. So SMCI, ito naman tinitingnan ko on Semicon group, market group. So downtrend line breakout, nag-retest. Although high probability na talagang mag-fade to, no, kasi weak breakout yung ginawa niya eh. So, eto yung breakout candle mo. Yan, eto. Then, kung itutumbok mo siya, wala masyadong volume, no? So, low volume breakout siya. High probability na ma-fade. Ma-fade yung yung breakout mo. So, actually, na-fade na siya, no? So, kung strict body to body, resistance trend line plotting yung gagawin natin. So, ayun. If bullish ka on SMCI, you can buy at the rebreak of 302, 303 level. Then stops mo at 280, 270, 275 level. So SMCI. So bakit SMCI? Weekly time frame continuation pattern, no? Yung ginagawa niya. Although you have a tight bear div, no? So ito yung swing high mo. And then higher high in price, and then looking at our RSI, it creates a lower high in RSI. So that's a strong sign of reversal or possible rest for buyers, no, basically. Kasi 'di ba, yung mga bearish divergences is pinaka main signal niya is pent up supply. May mga sellers kang gusto magbenta. So right now, pinaka-confirmation natin talaga if malakas yung buyers natin is mag-breakout siya dito sa trading range na to. So, ito yung trading range na tinitingnan natin, no? So, much better if ma-fill niya yung gap and breakout above 360. So, once na mag-all-time high breakout yan, expect a strong run-up ulit for SMCI. So, Nvidia, nangyari last week, nagkaroon ng earnings release yung Nvidia, although pangit yung reaction ng market. So, expected naman na malakas yung earnings ng Nvidia. So, pinakaisin na yan, most likely, no? Then, sell on earnings release. So, yun. For Nvidia, a break above 500, yan yung pwedeng tradable setup mo. Momentum setup or swing setup for Nvidia. Although, expect na baka bumalik siya sa value area niya. So, hanapin natin yung value area based on fixed range volume profile. So, next support level is at 455. So, if gusto mong bumili at support level, possible support level is at 450 area based on this volume, fixed range volume profile. Okay, clear ba yun? So, pwedeng strategy mo dyan if talagang Nvidia believer ka and you're betting on Nvidia as masusustain niya yung market ownership niya in the semicon space, then buy on support ka, tranche 1, then tranche 2 on the breakout of $500. So, yan yung pwedeng strategy mo. Yan. So, tignan nyo na lang yan. Pause mo yung video na to. Then, pwedeng isa-isahin mo na lang yung mga nasa focus list na yan. Yan. Then, look for setups. Mahirap kasing i-discuss yan lahat. Baka abutin tayo ng 2 hours. So, finally, looking at our market dashboard. So, actually, may ginagawa akong bagong swing BTP market swing monitor. So, tinitignan niya yung 10-day slope, 5-day slope, and 3-day slope ng bawat criteria, which is yung 52-week high, low data, and other market breadth data. Same with momentum data and 20 and 50 MA breadth data. No? So, based on this chart, karamihan moderately bullish, strongly bullish. Ang may red signal lang tayo is itong advanced decline data natin, no. So may bearish acceleration tayo on this market state basically. So to double check ko to if tama to, but on beta test pa kasi to, tong feature na to. So yan, basically top market groups natin. Para na lang din aware tayo, no? Aware lahat. So for our sectors, technology pa din, yung leading natin, energy yung pinakahuli. Yung mga names under that, you can pause this video, look at the top components ng sectors natin. Then hanapan mo na setup bawat market group. Yun. So syempre, dapat nandun tayo sa strong sectors. On market groups naman, top market groups natin is mining, uranium mining and nuclear, semicon, blockchain, home builders, and etc. So, kahit ito lang yung tignan mo, top 10, then look for the top components. Look at the individual components ng bawat sector and look for setups. Yun. So, actually, yan, NXE, meron ako NXE and wala na iba eh. Yung AvePoint, Breeze, mga small cap bets na yun. Yun, basically for my swing portfolio naman yun. Yung iba, hindi ko na muna sabihin. Okay, so for crypto, no, sige, pasadahan natin. BTC USDT .p. So, recently, di ba, nagkaroon ng issue with Binance, with CZ. Pero, parang wala din namang nangyari sa crypto markets, no? So, still above RSI 60 sa 30 RSI natin. So, that's good. Still on a momentum state itong Bitcoin natin or etong BTC USDT.p. So, Ethereum. So, tradable setup mo dyan is this range, no? Trading range. If mag-break yan above 39K, then expect bullish momentum next Next resistance level mo most probably will be at, based on volume, for me is at 48k, which is yung value area high nito. Although madami kang ipit, no, at 38k, 39k. Ang maganda lang na pinapakita na ito is inabsorb ng buyers yung selling recently. At the same time, paubos na rin yung sellers mo na nagbe-break even sell at 39k. So yun yung parang yun yung interpretation ko for BTC USDT.T. Yun, so Ethereum ETH USDT.T. So nag-resist siya, no, at this key level. So ito yung key level ng Ethereum. So nag-resist siya. Although it's a good sign na nasusustain niya lang yung 1.8 level, 1,900 level, and it's creating a box structure, no, a build-up structure before the breakout. So yan yung tradable structure mo ngayon. Pwede, if trip mo, position trade talaga for Ethereum, yan yung possible setup mo. Accumulate ka at support level at 1.9. If magkaroon ng magandang reaction at 2K level, then yun, baka yun yung possible support level niya na talaga, yung 2K. So, papunta siya dyan. If maganda yung reaction niya sa 2K level, kunyari, nagganto siya, tinatch yung 2K or break below 2K and then counter rally and reverse above this trend line, resistance trend line, then yun na yung confirmation mo. Yun na yung confirmation mo. Initial confirmation, I mean. Yun. So, basically, looking at our immediate structure at the 2-hour time frame, it's creating a higher low, no? Nag-higher low na siya. So, antayin mo na lang yung next swing low or higher low dito sa 2K. Pwedeng ganun yung gawin niya eh. Pero, syempre, hindi naman sigurado. Pwedeng bumalik siya at 1.9 level, then yun, buy on support ka dun, then dagdag ka na lang on the breakout netong trading range na yan. So yan, for ETH, no. Di ko na muna titignan yung iba. Sige, ito last na talaga, total 3. So excluding BTC and Ethereum, so still above this trend line. So that's a good sign for yung overall crypto market natin. Ang pwedeng antayin mo na lang or pwedeng confirmation mo dito is this trading range breakout for total 3. Yun, so baka mag-rotate na ulit yung pera to other altcoins or large caps, no. Large market caps na coins. So yun, di ako masyadong trade ng crypto. Focus ako on equities, US equities specifically. But ayun, to sum it all up, no? To sum it all up, for Philippine equities, mga tinitignan natin or mga bullish sectors natin is holdings, industrials and services. So yeah, and property as well, property sector. Ang mga tinitingnan natin dyan is GTCAP, CNPF, ALI, SM Prime, and ano pa ba? So far, yun lang, no? Yung MEG exclude na natin kasi may issues. So, balikan nyo na yung video, yung discussion ko sa PSE. But, for the US market, we're at the resistance level sa large caps natin for the SPY. So, expect rotation muna. Papuntang mid caps or small caps. Pwedeng mag-rotate yung pera papunta doon. Then, top 10 market groups, which is Seto. You can look at this market groups and look for setups. Basically, mga nakikita ko na magagandang names is yon, NXE. Syempre, meron ako nun. Nvidia, tradable pa din naman. And other semicon names, no. So ADI, may setup din yan. Ano pa ba? AMD din, INTC. So tignan nyo na lang individually. Then follow our usual methods na lang din. Or yung mga methods na alam mo din. So, nakadepende kasi yan sa'yo. Hindi ko yan pwedeng i-dictate sa inyo na kung ano yung dapat nyong gawin. Basically, andito lang ako to help you be updated in the markets. Lalong-lalo na on global liquidity and Fed liquidity, which is isa sa mga key factors for risk on, risk off in our system, in our approach in the markets. Yun, basically, yun na muna, no? If nagustuhan nyo yung video na to, you can like this video, share this video to your friends, to your trader friends, no? Even your family if may mga nagtitrade dyan sa pamilya nyo. Yun. If may mga tanong kayo, you can comment your question in our in the comment section below. You can join our group, Various G Spot. Punta lang kayo sa Facebook and search nyo Various G Spot. Lagay ko na lang din sa description section yung Facebook group natin. So yun, I hope na may naiambag ako sa inyo today, and ayun, stay safe as always, ingat kayo, and goodbye.